Hi, welcome to Mindful Healthy Habits with Kevin. This is lesson 2 on how to live your best life. Today we're going to be learning how to be a mindful ninja throughout the day. How to bring mindfulness into your everyday life, practical situations, and when to use these techniques. Today I'm going to teach you a technique that I use many times throughout the day. This helps me keep my levels high. Anytime my levels drop, I can bring them back up. So lesson 1, I'll have a link in the description, but we talked about the levels, keeping your levels at a 7 or an 8. Anywhere between 1 and 10, 10 being an amazing day and 1 being really like the worst day ever. You kind of want to be in that 7 to 8 range on an everyday basis. We also talked about the ultimate superpower, the ultimate human superpower is to be able to increase your levels whenever they drop. Whenever something happens in life and you drop to a 4 or 5, do you have the ability? Do you have the tools? Do you have the knowledge? Do you have the experience to bring it back up to a 7 or 8 almost instantly? That is what these lessons are about, teaching you how to keep your levels high throughout the day using mindful breath work, mindfulness, inner body meditations. There's going to be so many different techniques you're going to learn. Today we're going to learn a technique that I use many times throughout the day. And this technique has helped me get through some tough times. And it's also allowed me to bring myself down from really good times. Sometimes when you get in that 9 or 10 range, when you've had a really spectacular day, I also use this technique to bring myself back down to a 7 or 8. That's important too, because you can't expect to be in the 9 or 10 all the time. And if you develop craving to be in that 9 or 10, that could cause you some anxiety and maybe even cause you to fall to a 4 or 5. So you want to be consistent, know what your 7 or 8 feels like, what your mood levels are like, and learn what you can do to keep your levels at that 7 or 8. Like I said, there's lesson 1, a little bit more detail on that. I'll leave the link in the description for you. Lesson 2 is all about when and what you can do when your levels drop. How can you be a mindful ninja? Mindful ninja is someone who practices mindfulness throughout the day, in public, in front of people, in a meeting, in a large crowd, and nobody even knows you're doing it. The first step is to be aware. You have to be aware. That is probably the most challenging part of all of this, is to be aware of what your levels are at, to take a little mindfulness break throughout the day, just to notice, where am I at right now? When days get busy, you kind of go into autopilot sometimes, and you don't even think about, you're not even aware of what's happening. You just kind of keep moving along. And then at the end of the day, you kind of snap out of it. You're like, whoa, that was a busy day. But you have to slow down throughout the day. You can't let things build up. You can meditate all you want at the end of the day, but if you don't practice mindfulness throughout the day, things will build up and it'll get unmanageable. So to correct this, you want to be aware of your levels throughout the day. If it drops to a 4 or 5, you have the ability to bring it back up to a 7 or 8. Keep it there and be aware that if anything happens, it really doesn't matter what it is, you have the ability to bring it back up to a 7 or an 8. When should you practice these techniques? I always teach that life is going to be different no matter what happens. When you go out into the real world, it could be in your car. You could come up to a challenge just getting into your car. It could be first thing at work. It could be even before you go to work. It could be getting your kids ready first thing in the morning. I mean, life is so unexpected, and it throws so many curveballs and challenges at you that you have to kind of be ready for it. And that's what I teach is to, as life happens, use your techniques when life happens. Use them right then and there. Use life as a signal that, oh, my levels are lower. I need to increase it. I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to take a mindfulness break. I need to go breathe. I need to take a walk. I need to settle myself. Right now, I feel like I'm at a 4. Okay, things aren't going well. I'm not feeling like I'm in the flow. So that's when you use your technique. Life throws you a challenge or a curveball, that's when you use your technique. You get in your car and somebody cuts you off, that's when you use your technique. Your kids aren't listening to you and you're feeling like you're running a little bit late, that's when you use your technique. You use your technique when you need it throughout the day as it happens in real time. If everything is going well and you're feeling like you're in the flow and everything is just perfect, you're at a 7 or 8, I would still recommend doing the techniques to keep yourself at a 7 or 8. You never know what's going to happen in the next few minutes, in the next hour. So use these techniques. I always say to set some sort of a reminder on your phone so that it kind of snaps you out of it. Okay, I need to breathe. I'm going to take a minute here to breathe, or I'm going to take a couple minutes just to close my eyes and do one of my breathwork techniques. Keep that schedule. Maybe every hour, every couple hours, set a reminder on your phone just to take 5 deep breaths, just to stretch, just to do a mindfulness massage. You're going to learn all kinds of different techniques in these lessons. Pick 3 or 4 that you really, really like and set it into your reminders throughout the day. If everything goes well, you'll still do those techniques when your reminders come up. Periodically throughout the day, you have that set. If life throws you unexpected curveballs, then you're going to be doing techniques at that time. You're going to be doing extra ones to keep your levels at a 7 or an 8. So the first technique I'm going to teach you today is one that I use many times throughout the day. It's very simple, but the key is, again, being aware of my levels are dropping. I need to do this right now. I need to do it. And you can do it in public. This is one of a technique that you can do that I consider a mindfulness ninja technique. All you need to do is first be aware. Take an awareness breath. Take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, sigh it out through the mouth. And then just your awareness is kicked in. As soon as you've done that awareness breath, your awareness is kicked in. I'm not myself. I'm not feeling good. I'm feeling a little bit of anxiety. I can feel my breath is a little bit short. So that awareness is the best first step that you can possibly do for yourself, is that take that deep awareness breath and then just notice your body, notice where you're at. Just take a quick little break just to be mindful of what is happening with you right now and what level you're at. So you decide that you're a little lower than you should be. You're kind of off. You don't even know why. You just know that you're off a little bit and you need to breathe. So the first technique I teach is a deep inhale through the nose. That's really important to do. Nostril breathing as much as you can on the inhale throughout the day. So inhale through the nose. And then on the exhale, through pursed lips, like you're blowing out a candle. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And you let the air out very gently, very slowly. And your exhale will be considerably longer than your inhale. And that kind of gets the relaxation response going. When your exhales are longer than your inhales, that's going to send signals to the brain that everything is fine. Just relax, just settle down, just settle. And so it takes a little bit to kick in. It doesn't happen instantaneously. But yeah, once you start that breathing technique, in a matter of minutes, you'll start to feel better. And then you take another awareness breath. And then you notice the changes. You notice, hey, I'm feeling a little bit better. Again, it's not going to happen right away. It takes just a little bit of a delay effect. But once you start that breathing technique, you'll start the process of feeling better. Okay, you've kind of slowed down the momentum of your anxiety or whatever it is that you were feeling that was bringing you down, and now you're starting to come back up. Okay, so deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through pursed lips like you're blowing out a candle. Now, if you want to do this in public, if you want to be a mindful ninja, then all you do is you take that same inhale and then you just let it out very slowly. Nobody even knows you're doing it. And in fact, when you control that exhale even more, it's even more powerful because you're doing it so that nobody really notices you're breathing. You're not really, making that. You're just kind of letting the air out really slowly. And it's actually even more powerful than if you're on your own doing this technique. So whenever you need that, whenever life throws you something, you could be in your car, you could be dealing with your kids, you could be dealing with your boss at work, you can still take that deep inhale, even as they're talking to you. And then just let the air out slowly. And then take another one. You could be in conversation with somebody, and as you're listening to them, sneak in that mindfulness ninja breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through pursed lips. Let it out very slow. That is going to relax you in real time. That is going to slow down any kind of anxiety or worry. It's going to slow down your busy thoughts. That awareness of just, I need to do this breath, that in itself is enough to slow down and start to make you feel better, start to bring your levels back up. Just remember, anytime life throws you a curveball, do this technique. Do it 5, Do it 6 times, do it 10 times, do as many times as you need. And then when you're done, take another awareness breath. Inhale, sigh it out through the mouth, and then just take a moment to observe how you feel. That observation, that awareness after your awareness breath is almost just as important as the technique itself. So be aware of where you're at. I'm starting to feel better. Maybe do another couple rounds of pursed lip breathing, and then finish it off with another awareness breath. I feel better, and I'm ready to move on with my day. I brought myself back up. It may only feel like a 6, but that technique, again, has a little bit of a delayed effect. So even if you feel after your last awareness breath, you feel like you're only at a 6, in a few minutes, you'll start to settle even more, and it'll automatically just naturally bring yourself back up to a 7 or an 8. Just a more comfortable level. Do this breath throughout the day as many times as you need. Learn to do it when life throws you a curveball or gives you an unexpected challenge. And when there are no challenges, set reminders on your phone, your iPad. Pick out 3 or 4 different techniques that you can do. Pursed lip breathing could be one. This is one that you're learning today. Lesson 3, I will teach you another mindfulness ninja technique that you can do throughout the day that nobody even knows you're doing, that will help settle your anxiety, settle the busy thoughts, and bring yourself back to a level that you're comfortable with. I hope you found some benefit in this lesson today. I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you.